Mona Cabrera, and I'm the registered dietitian of the program. Again, thank you all for joining, and if you're new to our channel here, please hit the subscription button below. That way you'll get the notifications on when we're coming on live, and I do the cooking demo every Wednesday at 2 o'clock. So today we are going to be making butternut squash soup. Since we are going into the fall, more autumn, and soups are just so healthy for us and easy, we're going to be using the InstaPot today. So let me just check to see if we have sound, and if you can't hear me at any time, let me know. I'm just going to put this on here so I can see if we have any questions. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay, so we're going to be using our InstaPot today, and it is a great kitchen tool. It is a pressure cooker, so it does everything super fast. You'll see that this soup cooks, you put it on for like 10 minutes. It takes about 10 minutes to come to pressure. It cooks for 10 minutes, and then it sits in there for 10 minutes. So it's super quick. There's so many different recipes using the InstaPot, and just makes things really simple and fast in the kitchen, especially if you're working full time, you come home and you forgot to defrost chicken or what have you. You can even cook chicken in here frozen. There's so many soup recipes, and I thought we would do the butternut squash since we are moving into fall and more autumn. So let's do that. And if you have any questions, put it in the live chat and I will see it here. And thank you all for joining again. I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day. And if you ever miss a show here, you'll just go back in the library and you can see them all there. I will put the recipe later down in the comments, so you'll have that for your reference. So let's turn this on, and we're gonna use the saute button to warm it up and saute some vegetables first. So I kept it really easy in the kitchen. I don't like to buy butternut squash and have to deal with the hard peel and cutting it and all that. So I just bought organic butternut squash. It came in this container. It came already chopped up. There's some mixed veggies in there right now, but I just got this already chopped. So use those pre-cut vegetables in the grocery store for your convenience. We have to use those because, you know, we're busy and we still want to eat healthy. So they do help us when we're trying to make healthy recipes to avoid all the chopping and washing and, you know, all that stuff. So use the pre-cut butternut squash in this recipe. The other vegetables I'm using is sweet onion, garlic, 1 carrot, 1 bell pepper. We got some chicken broth, organic reduced. You can use vegetable broth if you want to keep it vegetarian. Spices, salt, pepper, rosemary, and sage. You can use fresh, dried, freezed, whatever herbs you want. So this is warm now. So I'm going to put a drop of oil to saute our vegetables. So first we are going to add the onion, and it does call for 1 small sweet onion. I'm going to chop up the rest of this one that I didn't finish chopping. We're going to do it a little modified today so we don't have to wait for the soup to cook. I won't have you sitting here for 10 minutes watching the InstaPot, but I'll show you the completed product because I did cook it beforehand. So you're going to chop up 1 sweet onion, small pieces, chop it up. And we're going to saute that in our InstaPot. So 1 cup right here. And with the InstaPot, it's really popular because it's also easy cleanup, right? You've got 1 pot, you saute, you cook, you do everything, and then you just clean that in 1 pot. It's great. If you don't have the InstaPot, you'll be making your soup in a pot on the stove. So I'm gonna put 1 cup of onion here. So we're gonna just let that soften up for 2 minutes. If you have any questions, let me know. I see more of you joining. Thanks for coming on today. If you want to say hi and tell me where you are from, where you're tuning in from, I would love to hear that. And if you have friends, you can share our channel with them. We're trying to reach more people in our community and share some healthy recipes. And let's talk a little bit about butternut squash. We got one more minute here. So butternut squash is technically a fruit, but let's call it a vegetable, right? We all think it's a vegetable. But super high. It's 1 cup has over 400% of our daily vitamin A requirements and about 50% of our vitamin C requirements. It has lots of other vitamins, high in potassium, lots of manganese, lots of biotin, niacin, potassium. Let's see, lots of fiber, very high in antioxidants. So it does help fight those free radicals. Very high in fiber, so it's very filling. And it has shown that if you eat a healthy soup high in fiber, light in calories before your meal, you will eat less of your dinner, right? So it's a very good way to control appetite because it is light in calories, this entire soup. We are not using any cream. Like you see right there, we're using our chicken broth. So it's very light. Okay, so the onions are soft. Now we're gonna add the garlic. So I need 2 cloves here. So we got some garlic. We'll put that in there. Just chop that up. Again, if you wanna just be super quick, buy it already peeled, buy it in a tube, whichever way you wanna keep it really easy for yourself. Okay, we'll add 2 chopped cloves in there. I really believe in, keeping our time in the kitchen to a minimum so we can spend our time doing other things and spending more time with our family. So I like the quick recipes with minimum ingredients, but still healthy and tasty and delicious. So our butternut squash has that sweet and nutty flavor. Okay, so we got 2 cloves in here and garlic. We'll just give that a mix. Okay, just for 30 seconds, and then we'll turn this off. Let's turn off our InstaPot. Okay, don't want that to burn. Okay. So now we're gonna add the rest of our ingredients. We're using 3 cups of the broth. Sorry, yes, 3 cups. So 3 cups going in. Okay. Now we're gonna add 1 chopped carrot. So I already have that chopped here. I'm just gonna finish chopping that up. Pieces in there. And we're gonna do 1 red bell pepper, so lots more vitamin A in our carrot, and lots of fiber, lots of vitamin C in our red bell pepper here. So you can see this soup is lots of vitamins, minerals, lots of anti-inflammatory properties. Okay, so we got our chopped carrot here. I made a recipe before where if you want it a little sweeter, you could add in 1 green apple. That's a little bit more sweetness. Okay, and then it does call for 6 cups chopped butternut squash. So we're going to throw that in here. Pretend this is full of butternut squash. I used it to make the soup already, so I didn't have extra 6 cups. So we'll throw that in there. That was butternut squash. And there was a whole bell pepper. So you're going to take your red bell pepper and chop that up. Okay, any questions so far? I can see the live chat. Okay. So I'm using sage and rosemary. Maybe you've heard of other recipes. Some recipes use more cinnamon and nutmeg. But I decided to do this recipe with rosemary and sage. So I'm adding in that whole bell pepper. I already had some chopped, so I'm not going to add in this one just right now, just for the sake of time. So it does take 1 whole bell pepper. Okay, and then let's add in our spices here. Just a little bit of rosemary. It smells so amazing. Oh, I love the smell. So I'll just put a little teaspoon finely chopped. And if you don't have fresh, don't worry. You just use what spices you have. Or maybe there's the rosemary plant outside. I have a lot of the rosemary plant on my side yard, actually. So I always go out there and pull some out. It's all over Mission Viejo, rosemary. I don't know if you've noticed, but you can smell it everywhere you walk. Okay, so we got the rosemary. Let's add some sage. I see more people joining. Thanks for joining. So we got a little bit, a teaspoon of sage. Let's chop that up. Good question, thank you. I'm gonna put the recipe when we're done later today. It's not written down anywhere, but it will be posted when we are done today. And all my recipes are in the comments section on any of my videos here. Okay, so we got a little bit of sage. So we're just using salt and pepper, sage and rosemary today. So we got the rosemary and the sage. Okay, so let's add 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, just eyeball it or to taste, and then a little bit of pepper, 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, we got all our ingredients. We got the butternut squash, 1 bell pepper, 1 carrot, 1 sweet onion, 2 garlic cloves. Not a lot, right? And 3 cups of broth. I didn't add, what was I gonna say? Lost my train of thought, but okay. So this is not cream based, this is just broth based, or it's very light. So in the InstaPot, we are going to set it on manual, and for manual, we are gonna cook it for 10 minutes. I'm just putting 1 teaspoon of rosemary. Good question. Okay. So 10 minutes. So you know in the InstaPot, I'm just using manual 10 minutes. So you have to seal it, and it takes time to come to pressure. You make sure it is set to sealing on the top, okay? So you'll see here, it's gonna take time until you start seeing the 10. When you see the 10 on here, it starts going down in minutes. And when it's done cooking, you let it sit for 10 minutes before you release the air, okay? So you saw that that just took about 5 minutes. This is gonna take just maybe 20 minutes, and then you have your soup. So I wanna show you what it looks like when it's done. So let me bring that out. Okay. So I made this, and so you can use an immersion blender when it's done and just blend it up there, or you can use your blender like I'm going to use, and we'll have our soup. So let's just pretend this came out of the InstaPot after we're done today. So you will all have it there. Okay, so let's plug in our blender. Okay. So let me show you how it looks when it came out. So you can imagine it's just the broth and the cooked veggies. Can you see that? Okay. Now we're gonna blend it up. Super simple. And I'm not gonna pour it because it'll just make a mess. So I'm just gonna do it by the cup, using my cup here. Now, if you have an immersion blender, please use that and just put it in the InstaPot when it's done, and you will have your blended soup super easy. And you can blend it to where it's really smooth. I do like a little texture in my soup, so I leave it sometimes a little chunkier. And then we're gonna top it with some pumpkin seeds. I do like pumpkin seeds on my butternut squash. If you have parsley, you can also put that on top. That goes well with this. Okay. I'm gonna just hit pulse here. Let's see. Okay, should work. It's on. Let's see what's not going. Okay. There we go. So like I said, you can hit puree if you really want it pureed, or pulse. I like it a little chunky. So let's get a bowl and enjoy our soup here. Lots of times, if you want it a little bit creamy, you can just add a dash of milk, or if you like the coconut milk, you can add that as well. There's a lot of variations, but I kept it really just broth based today. I like it chunky, so I did not puree it completely. But you can see, I'm gonna show you close up. So let's give us a little bit of texture there with our nuts. Show you close up. See how quick this soup was? Beautiful, rich orange color. All these orange and deep reds, lots of vitamin A. Let's give it a taste. Sweet, nutty. And today's actually cool and overcast. It's a great day for soup, isn't it? We're having September 1st. weather cooled down a little bit. I'm really happy about that. Let's just hope it stays that way. So you would just blend the rest of your soup here. So let's look at our InstaPot. It's still coming to pressure. So this is it, guys. This is our butternut squash soup. So if you, let's try it again. One taste wasn't enough. All the flavors are amazing. And any questions? You can see how fast this soup took me. Not very long, right? So you can pair it up with anything you're cooking for dinner. Maybe you're making a chicken dish, fish dish, what have you. It's a great fall soup going into cooler weather now. Lots of, like I said, nutrients. Low calorie, high fiber, lots of vitamins and minerals and antioxidants and anti-inflammatory properties right here in your soup that you're gonna make super easy at home. Let's see if we have any other questions. No? Okay. This is gonna cook. You can see it's having the steam come out. It still hasn't started at the 10, but usually it shows the numbers here. But if you have an Instant Pot, you are familiar with yours and how easy it is. Just be careful when you're working with your Instant Pot. It is hot over here and you can burn yourself easily. So just be really careful when you turn it to the venting when it's done. Sometimes I'll throw a towel over it because the steam really comes really high and it's hot. So just be careful when you're using your Instant Pot. Okay. Hi, thanks for tuning in. Have lots of you saying hi, and I will be posting that recipe for you guys just as soon as we get off here. So we got lots of vitamin A, especially vitamin C and iron in this recipe today, and super simple, right? So most of the times we do have most of the ingredients at home. Maybe you just need to get the butternut squash. And just like I said, keep it really simple, guys. We need to use our convenience, cut up vegetables that are available to us so we can make these healthy recipes in the kitchen when we get home from work and we don't have a lot of time. It's a great recipe that you can also meal prep on the weekend and it stays fresh for 4 days in your refrigerator. It also can be frozen as well. So if you want to make a big pot and freeze some of it for weeks out, you can do that as well. And that's also a great benefit of this soup, can freeze well. Okay, it is delicious. I wish you guys all could taste this. You know, sage and rosemary, the combination is just, it just makes everything taste so good, right? So I love the rosemary and sage. If you like more cinnamon and nutmeg, you can also use that combination in the recipe for your spices and herbs. So we are gonna close up today then, and oh, now the 10 started. So it took that time to come to pressure, is about 10 minutes. So you can see that's super hot and I just touched it. So don't touch your InstaPot up here. So it's gonna start cooking now. It'll take 10 minutes and then it sits for 10 minutes and then you blend it up. Okay, so super simple. I will be posting the recipe for you guys. And I'm gonna enjoy a bowl of soup. And I thank you all for joining me for another easy, healthy recipe here at Hogue Health Foothill Ranch. My name is Mona Cabrera, and I'm the registered dietitian here, and I appreciate you all joining in today. And I will be back next week for another easy recipe, and also on Tuesday we have nutrition topic on Tuesday, and there's a lot of exercise classes going on in the morning if you want to do an exercise video with Rebecca. So you can check that out in our library, and she's here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So yes, give it a try and let me know. If you guys do try the recipe, come back and put a comment on the video and let me know. It's super delicious, and I think you'll love it too. And if you don't like pumpkin seeds, I didn't mention that, you can put whatever nut you like on it. Hazelnuts go really well, but you could do hemp seeds as well. And like I said, parsley on the top. If you like parsley, that goes well too with it. So thank you all for joining, and we are going to sign off today. Enjoy your Wednesday and the long holiday weekend coming up, and I will see you all next week. Thank you.